Hey guys, welcome back to another Pokemon Masters video. So today we're gonna go do a bit of a different video, sort of like a wish list of what sync pairs I want in the game, and I'm gonna sort them by each gen. So today we're gonna go ahead and reveal the top 10 sync pairs I want in Pokemon Masters from Gen 3. Which would only, include the main series games, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Omega Ruby, Alpha, Sapphire. Although that technically is like Gen 6, so I guess just all the characters in Hoenn then, I guess. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this then. Oh, by the way, I won't be mentioning characters that already are in the game for obvious reasons, and also characters that are confirmed already, either through data mine or some other hints, etc., right? So Steven won't be on this list, Steven Stone, because he's already confirmed. Like, all you have to do is just start up the game. Dude's on the title screen with Metagross. Like, he's going to be in the game. It's confirmed, and it's probably Mega Metagross as well. So, yeah, there's that. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start this list. So, before we actually get in the top 10, I do have some honorable mentions. So, Gabby and Ty. So, these kind of, like, honorable mentions, I guess, will just be, like, hopes of any like 1 or 2 star sync pairs, because they're probably not going to be strong enough to be like a 3-star sync pair. Like, they're not on the same clout level as, say, a gym leader or any of the other important characters that are like 3 stars, right? You got like Lieutenant Surge is a 3-star. Gabby and Ty, I like them. They're great characters in the game. They're not, Lieutenant Surge levels of clout, right? So we're going to keep them for honorable mentions. So maybe we'll have a 1-star or 2-star Gabby and Ty. For those of you who can't remember, these two are the interviewers in Gen 3 that just interview you all the way, you go as you do your adventure thing that you do in Pokemon. And they'll fight you, and then they'll give you an interview afterwards. And then if you check the TVs and stuff, they'll just air your interview on television, and you could watch yourself say words. Barely, because like the interview was always just like, hey, say something about whatever, and then they give you like 3 word options, like a noun, verb, plus a Pokemon name or whatever. So further sync pairs, very likely it's going to be Xploud plus Magneton, or if they want to go with the ORAS route, they could also have Magnezone as well, right? Or they could like start with Magneton and then evolve into Magnezone, or start with Magnemite, who knows, and then Xploud as well. As for the type of sync pairs they'll be, I guess Magneton could be like a tech sort of thing, try to I guess lower their stats, Metal Sound and the Thunder Wave, Paralyze, right, and then some other stuff. Xploud I guess could also be a tech, but it could also be a strike. Like, it's really hard to tell right here, so no clue what Xploud could be, but, if they have them in the game, again, would be nice to have these folks, like, as a 1-star or 2-star, that drops, like, free-to-play from stories or whatever. That would be cool. So, moving on to our next honorable mention, which would be the Winstraight family, or however you pronounce their names. So, for those of you who can't remember, on Route 111, there's this family who has like a bunch of Pokemon, and like they just fight you in a row, like 5 or 4 people just fight you in the row, and then like at the end you fight their granny, and then like on Victory Road you also find like their the strongest member of their family, right? And then you fight them as well. So I guess they could be added to the game as like for free to play 1-star, 2-stars as well. It should be pretty fun. Give them some random fodder Pokemon, whatever these are, right? Never let them evolve, etc. That should be fun as well. So, last honorable mention, which is also my favorite, a fan favorite actually, I would say, which would be Pico, Peko. I don't know. Plus Mr. Briny, which would be the sailor, right? Everyone knows them, the most famous sailor Pokemon pair in the whole Pokemon game. So he's the sailor who lets you sail to Dewford Town / Slateport City, I think. So that would be really nice to have them. Not let them evolve. I mean, I guess in the manga they evolve in the Pelipper ones, but I just like to keep Pico as a Wingull, right? So that would be pretty cool. So that's gonna be it for the honorable mention. So let's get into the actual list. Starting from number 10, I got Pyramid King Brandon. Pyramid King Brandon, one of the Frontier Brains in Emerald, right, from the Battle Frontier. I actually like Brandon a lot more than actually where I placed him. The reason being is I'm not sure how feasible it would be to put him in the game, because there's two major issues with Brandon. First of all, dude's got legendary Pokemon. All he has is legendary. Even like the gold symbol challenge, which when he doesn't use his signature Pokemon, which are the Reggies, they're still legendary Pokemon, right? So no clue. Here's the thing. I'm sure they'll add legendaries in the game at some point. It would be impossible for them to not add legendary Pokemon in the game, because they want to make a lot of money, and legendary Pokemon will make them a crap ton of money. So I don't know when they'll add legendaries, but they'll add them eventually. So I guess Brandon could be a distant possibility in the future when they do decide to add legendaries into the game, right? So, but the other problem with him is, even if we do have legendaries in the game and we have Brandon there, like, who is he going to have? Like, he's got 3, Regirock, Regice, and Registeel. So I don't know which one he's going to take. Maybe they'll give him like a Signasuit with Regigigas or whatever. I don't know. Maybe just a random one of these 3. My personal favorite is Regice, but Registeel, Regirock, you could do those. You could like make like a support version with like a support Regice and then tech Registeel and then Regirock as a striker. Who knows? That should be fun. If we get like multiple versions of him somehow, I don't even know. So I like Brandon a lot. Not sure how they'll implement him in the game. So moving on to number 9 on the list, well, I've got Glalie. So Glalie is part of the Elite Four. We already have Drake, Drake and Phoebe, right? Both are really, really great. Phoebe is actually a 5-star, so very possible that Glalie could be a 5-star as well if we do implement her in the game. Also could be a 4-star because Drake's 4-star, right? But as for our sync pair Pokemon, very, very likely it'll be Walrein. I guess there could be an argument made for Glalie as well. I mean, especially since Glalie does have a Mega, and that's her only Mega on their team, so I guess it's possible for her to pick up her as well. But I would say it's more likely to be Walrein just because it's just more iconic for her, right? And like, I guess there are more trainers that could use Glalie, but there aren't that many trainers that could really rock a Walrein. So hopefully she gets Walrein. That should be cool. It would be nice to have her in the game as well. So moving on the list, number 7, I have Alyssia, which not a lot of people are huge fans of, but I mean, I really don't get why she gets all this hate. Like, I was pretty fine with her. Like, she had interesting conversations for the most part, right? I mean, she was kind of random for the most part, but I mean, it just added a bit more to the whole contest storyline, right? Well, the contest literally didn't have a storyline before, but she added like a storyline to the whole contest thing, which I thought was pretty cool. So obviously, her sync pair is going to be Altaria. So here's the problem: like, a lot of people wanted Winona, including myself, to have Altaria, but she went with Pelipper instead, which, like, of all the Pokemon she could have had, like, Pelipper, really? Come on, right? But if Alyssia is going to be in the game, she's obviously going to have Altaria over Winona having it, right? Which is unfortunate, but, it is what it is. I guess, with her Signasuit, could probably pick up Swellow or something. Shiny Swellow from the anime? I don't know. But she could have Altaria, right? That should be interesting. Hopefully it's going to be a striker. And obviously she might Mega as well. And honestly, I don't know how they're going to make this work if it Megas. Like, it'll be interesting to see, like, a sync pair, like, change its type through Mega, like, have its moveset change. Well, Megas do change their moveset anyways, but, change their typing. So you could have Altaria be, like, flying before Megaing, and then after Megaing just become Fairy type, and then you'll have Fairy type moves instead, like Moonblast or whatever. Although, I guess you could also just make both Mega and non-Mega Dragon, which would be super lame. But the only problem I see with that is she won't be as good as if she was a consistent type, because doing all these battles, you are looking to bring type advantages into the fight, right, for the most part. So unless there would be like a specially designed stage for her to beat, which, I mean, Pokemon Masters, they like doing those, right? Specially designed stages for this new sync pair to beat, right? So they could have like a stage where you start off with Altaria. She has like Air Cutter or whatever, just to take out the side mons, which are weak to flying. And then afterwards, after a few turns, you take out the side mons. and then you have enough for her to mega. You can mega her into a fairy type, and then like the main boss in the fight will be weak to fairy type, and that will be pretty cool, right? So that's be that's number 7. Moving on to number 6 on the list, I do have like a sort of like a tie for number 6, since like they're kind of sort of like very similar characters, right? Well, not so similar in personality or affiliation, right? But just they're the same type of characters, right? Just team Magma / Aqua admins, and the reason why I took put these two in instead of like Matt or any of the other admins, well, these two are very popular. Courtney is extremely popular in the Pokemon fandom, right? And plus, come on, right? So the only problem is I see with these two being in the game is I honestly don't know what to give them. Like, sure, like their ace Pokemon is kind of sort of like it is just a Camerupt and Sharpedo, right? For the most part, I guess I could see them also giving them Mightyana, but then again, only one can have Mightyana, right? Unless they they implement like multiple of the same Pokemon with different sync pairs. But I mean, sure, they could get Sharpedo and a Camerupt, but the only problem I see with that is with the next sync pairs on the list, which would be number 6 on the list, right? Which, well, actually, what? 10, 9, 8, 7. Yeah, number 6 on the list, which I have Maxie and Archie on here, because they would very likely have Sharpedo and Camerupt as well, so I just don't know what to give them. Like, maybe you could give Shelly and Courtney Sharpedo and Camerupt, and then Maxie and Archie would have no more options, honestly. Like, I guess the only other option is to give them Groudon and Kyogre, right? Maybe, Signasuit, give them Groudon and Kyogre. That would be pretty awesome. Again, a lot of people are saying, oh, it's impossible. They're legendaries. It's not going to put No, they're here to make money. Legendaries will make them a crap ton of money. They will have legendaries in the game. It won't be anytime soon, but it will happen. Maybe 2 years, 3 years later, they'll have it in the game, but it's going to happen. So maybe give them Groudon, Kyogre, who knows? Like, honestly, who else? What other trainer can actually be a better pair for Groudon and Kyogre other than Archie and Maxie, right? So I could see them having Groudon and Kyogre down the line, so who knows? So moving on to number 5 on my list, I do have from ORAS, Zinnia from the Delta episode. Also a fan favorite. People like her a lot, apparently. And as for a sync pair, I don't know. She could have a Salamence, which she could mega. But then again, Drake already has Salamence, so who knows? So in the scenario where she doesn't have Salamence, I guess I could see her having either Goodra or Tarantum as well. Either one of these, maybe. And, like, if honestly other people take these, which is totally possible, right? There are more, trainers that fit Tarantum and Goodra than Zinnia, I guess. Maybe they'll give her Rayquaza for her Signasuit version. That would be awesome, right? Even though she technically never had a Rayquaza, but it would be nice if she did. Like, she had a lot of connection to it in the story. That would be pretty cool, right? So, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to give her for a sync pair. Let me know in the comments down below what sync pair you guys would think would fit her a lot. I'm honestly lost on this one. I don't really care who she gets, as long as she's in the game. I'd be fine. Her music is awesome, by the way. So, moving on to number 4 on my list, I have my favorite champion, Wallace. I know a lot of people don't like Wallace too much. I've seen countless polls for everyone's favorite champion, and Wallace consistently ranks at the bottom of that list. So, I don't know. I just like the guy. Like, he's super artsy. He's just being fabulous all the time. That's pretty cool. I might be biased because Emerald is my favorite game in the main series, right? Gen 3 is my favorite gen. Emerald's my favorite game, and Wallace was champion of that, and that was a really, really interesting fight. Like, all the champions like usually have like different types, and Wallace is the only one who's like a one-typed, champion. And a lot of people don't like that. I personally like that. It's just personal preference. Don't hate on Wallace for that. But again, back to the topic. It would be cool if he would be in the game. As for the sync pair, it's gonna be a Milotic, honestly. Like, it's his thing. Like, he's all about being fabulous, fashionable, right, and artsy, beauty, and all that. And Milotic fits that very well, obviously, in the game. So it'd be nice if he gets Milotic in Pokemon Masters as well. So the champion, well, former champion, I guess, now that Ace is a thing. I don't even know. I don't want to delve into all the multiverse theories and stuff in this video. We ain't got time for that. But yeah, it would be nice to see Wallace in the game as well. So moving on to number 3, another fan favorite, Wally. I mean, there's no way Wally's not going to be in the game. He's going to be in the game. And if he's going to be in the game, there's no way it's not going to be Ralts. And hopefully it's going to be Ralts. Like, not saying anyone else on his team could actually make the cut, but like, I just hope they don't like start with Glalie. I just hope it starts with Ralts and then you can evolve Ralts all the way up to Glalie, because honestly, like, Wally's growth is one of the greatest segments or narratives in the Pokemon main series universe, right? Wally's growth from being, kind of a shy, isolated little kid, catching his first Pokemon with you in Norman, and then growing up to be an absolute badass with Mega Glalie and ORAS, with absolutely, like, just like high level Pokemons on his team. Dude, level 81 Glalie, 79 Garchomp in ORAS, right? It's just really, really cool, like, seeing the dude grow, gain confidence, become as strong as a trainer as he is. I honestly feel bad for him. I wish he was a champion instead of me. Like, come on. Everyone loves Wally. So hopefully he gets Glalie. I guess there's a possibility for him to get, like, something else as well. Really, really low possibility. I hope that doesn't happen. If Glalie or if Wally gets anyone else than Ralts into Glalie, I will be very, very upset, and that would not be okay. That would not be okay. Don't do that, Dina. Okay? All right. Moving on. Number 2 on this list is going to be May, because it's May. Everyone likes May, right? So May is probably one of the more popular rivals in the game, right? Slash also playable character, since you could play as May as well. But yeah, for Sync Bear, like Trico, Brendan already has Trico, so she's probably not gonna have Trico. Mudkip, I honestly don't see May having Mudkip. So if she were to get a starter, it's gonna be Torchic. I really think it's gonna be Torchic if May gets a starter, and I personally hope it's gonna be Torchic all the way up to Blaziken. That would be nice. Also Mega Blaziken as well. I guess the other choice, I guess you could have Beautifly if they want to throw some anime vibes in here as well into the game, which they haven't really been doing much yet. Although Ash is in the code, so they might do like an anime May and then anime May and throw like Beautyfly with her as well. I don't know, but I hope she gets Torchic. Torchic is my personal favorite Gen 3 starter as well, so that'll be really nice. May Torchic into Blaziken, please make it happen. I mean, it looks like they're going with like they're trying to get a lot of these main characters out of the way, so I would expect May to come to the game soon, along with like the other main characters, like Leaf as well, right? Silver, all that. Well, Silver's not a main character, but or playable character, right? A protagonist. But these main characters are protagonists and rivals and stuff. So hopefully she gets put in the game soon. I guess you could have Mudkip, but Torchic would be much better, in my opinion. So, moving on to number 1 on this list. Bit of an obscure pick, but I honestly love her to death. Pike Queen Lucy. Kind of out of left field, not like a very, very popular character, but I love Pike Queen Lucy so much. She's such a great character, and it's kind of sad that she hasn't really gotten too much attention throughout the years in like other series, other than like Emerald. Like that's kind of like her only appearance ever in the games, right? As Frontier Brain, Pike Queen Lucy. It would nice to see her get some more love, more character development. I honestly like she's so cool, right? with her Survivor. And also Battle Pike is my favorite battle facility, and also Battle Frontier is my favorite part of any Pokemon game ever in the main series. Emerald's Battle Frontier, I loved it. Again, Emerald was my favorite game, so there's that as well. Pike Queen Lucy, would be nice to have her in the game. So obviously her Sync Pair Pokemon will be Shuckle. Of course, it's not going to be Shuckle. It's going to be Survivor. She's going to have Survivor. No one else should have Survivor. Only Pike Queen Lucy deserves Survivor. No one else. And, you know, obviously, Frontier Brains could totally be in the game. I mean, Nolan's already in the game. Battle Factory, right? So, hopefully, Pike Queen Lucy comes out in the future. If she does, I will like dump my wallet so hard on her just to pull a Pike Queen Lucy. I'm not even joking. Like, it's going to be like, hopefully, it's going to be like a Striker, a poison, physical poison, right? We already have a physical poison striker in Roxy, and Rocky's not that bad, but it'd be really nice to have a Survivor, just like an absolute monster of a 5-star poison physical striker. That would be pretty cool, right? So, wait, is Roxy physical? I think Roxy is physical. But anyways, correct me if I'm wrong, though. But yeah, she would be my number one pick for a sync pair in the game. Also, just because she's like less likely than any of these other characters. I guess Alyssia is really unlikely as well. Brandon as well, right? But aside from that, I really hope she gets in the game. Again, I love the Battle Pike. Her actual battle wasn't really that interesting, but like the process of playing through the Battle Pike is just so awesome. And like it's like her facility is literally just like a Survivor. Like that's awesome. That's just she's so good. She's incredibly underrated as a character. So I hope she gets into the game. So anyways, that's me for this one. That's my list of the top 10 sync pairs, Gen 3 sync pairs I want to see in Pokemon Masters. So obviously there are some more that didn't make the list that are really great as well. Annabelle, right? Although I would say Annabelle has more significance in Gen 6, or not Gen 6, Gen 7 rather than Gen 3. She has a bit more development in Gen 7 instead, right? So I might throw her into like a Gen 7 list or not. I don't even know. Spencer, Juan as well, the replacement for Wallace. Greta, Tucker plus Swampert would be pretty cool, right? Since we're giving out Trico, we're giving out Torchic, presumably to May. I mean, someone has to get Mudkip, and Tucker could take that, right? And just some other characters. Watson, I think he's the only gym leader aside from Juan and Wallace that haven't made the game yet, so he'd be cool. Manectric plus Watson would be cool. Who else? Steven's already in the game. Well, in the files, already confirmed. Again. But yeah, it would be cool to have some of these in the game. Sydney plus Absol. Or Shifter if you want, if you're into that. I don't know. I personally would prefer Absol, Mega Absol. So that's it for this one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Which Gen 3 sync pairs would you like to see in the game? If you agree with my list, don't agree with my list, just let me know. Again, this is just all personal preference. It has nothing to do meta-wise or whatever. It's just just the characters I want in the game. So let me know what you guys want in the game as well, and which gen should I do next? That should be cool. So again, let me know in the comments down below. Like if you enjoyed this video, if you want to see any of these sync pairs being introduced to the game. Again, like if Pike Queen Lucy drops, I will spend so much money on her. I'm not even joking. Okay, right? Of all the characters I would spend so much on, like Pike Queen Lucy is top 3. Pike Queen Lucy, Sabrina, and probably Alyssia, which is coming soon, so that should be fun. But anyways, again, like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel for some more Pokemon Masters content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.